Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be finding the value of an expression using order of operations. Remember that you always do your grouping symbols first. So for an example, if you have your parentheses, if you have your brackets, your braces. Next, after you solve your grouping symbols, then you're going to move on to your exponents, your square roots. Those are going to be the ones that you want to solve next. And then next, you're going to do your multiplication and division from left to right. And then next, you're going to do your addition and your subtraction from left to right. So whichever one comes first, that's the one you're going to do. So back to this example here. First, we're going to multiply. So we're going to first multiply 3 times 6 because multiplication does come before addition. So we have 2 plus 18 and 2 plus 18. This is going to equal 20. So your final answer here is 20. Now, let's say you did the other way. So let's say you did 2 plus 3 times 6. And let's say you solved your 2 plus your 3 first. This is going to give you 5, and then times 6, this is going to equal 30. So notice here, if you do not do your orders of operation correctly, you are going to get the incorrect answer. So this is not the correct answer. The correct answer is 20, and it's not 30. What if you had 20 divided by 4, and then I did times 2 in parentheses? So for this example here, notice I have multiplication and I also have division. Since I only have multiplication and division, I'm just going to go ahead and solve from left to right. So I have 20 divided by 4, this is going to equal 5, and then times 2 in parentheses, this is going to equal 10, because this is 5 times 2, and that equals 10. 5 times 3 squared minus 8. And remember that this is multiplication. You may see a little dot like that, or you may see an X here to indicate its multiplication. So please do keep that in mind. All right, so based on my orders of operation, first thing we need to do, I do not have any grouping symbols. However, I do have exponents that I do need to take care of. So I'm going to do 5 times 3 squared. This is going to equal 9, because this is 3 times 3, and that's going to equal 9. And then we have minus 8. So which one is going to come first? And that is going to be multiplication. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 9. So we have here 5 times 9. This is going to equal 45 minus 8. So 45 minus 8 is going to equal 37. So your final answer here is 37. 5 squared plus 4 times 2. First, we're going to do our exponents. So 5 squared, this is going to equal 25, because we have 5 times 5. This is 25. And then we have plus 4 times 2. So now I have addition and multiplication. So out of the two operations, which one is going to come first? And I first need to multiply before I add. So we have 25 plus my 4 times 2. This is going to equal 8. Now that I multiplied, now I'm going to add 25 plus 8. This is going to equal 33, and this is your final answer here. 15 plus 7 minus 3. Notice here I only have addition and subtraction. So I'm just going to go left to right. So 15 plus 7, this is going to equal 22. And then 22 minus 3, this is going to equal 19. So your final answer here is 19. 3 plus 6 times 4 minus 2. So first we're going to multiply. I have my 6 times 4 here, so I'm going to do 3 plus 6 times 4 is 24, and then minus 2. Next, I have addition and subtraction, so now I'm going to go left to right. So this is going to equal 27, And then 27 minus 2, this is going to equal 25. So your final answer here is 25. Let's look at this example here. 14 divided by 7 plus 12 times 3 minus 9. So first, we do not have any grouping symbols or any exponents. So now I'm going to multiply or divide, depending on what we have here. So I'm going to divide here my 14 divided by 7. So 14 divided by 7 is going to be 2, plus my 12 times 3, and then minus 9. So now I have addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So based on my orders of operation, we still need to multiply before I add or subtract. So I'm going to do 2 plus 12 times 3. This is going to equal 36, and then minus 9. Now I am left with addition and subtraction. So I'm going to go from left to right. So 2 plus 36, this is going to equal 38. 38 minus 9, this is going to equal 29. So your final answer here is 29. 15 times 8 minus 3. So I have multiplication and subtraction. So first we have to multiply 15 times 8. This is going to equal 120. And then 120 minus 3. This is going to equal 117. So your final answer here is 117. 29 plus 56 divided by 4. So first, we do need to divide before we add. So we have 29 plus 56 divided by 4. This is going to equal 14. So you have 29 plus 14. This is going to equal 43. So your final answer here is 43. Let's look at this example here. We're going to divide. So we have 21 plus 18 divided by 6. This is going to equal 3, and then minus 9. Now I am left with addition and subtraction. So I'm going to go from left to right. So we have 21 plus 3. This is going to be 24. 24 minus 9. This is going to equal 15. So your final answer here is 15. Let's look at this example here. I'm going to divide 45 divided by 3 because we do this before we add or subtract. So we have 19 plus 45 divided by 3. This is going to equal 15, and then minus 11. Now we're going to add 19 plus 15. This is going to equal 34, and then minus 11. This is going to equal 23. So your final answer here is 23. Let's look at this example here. So notice here, I'm going to do my multiplication and division first. However, I'm going to go left to right. So we have 9 plus 12 minus 6 times 4. This is going to equal 24, and then divided by 2. Next, we're going to now divide. So we have 9 plus 12, and then we have minus 24 divided by 2. This is going to equal 12. And now I am left with addition and subtraction. So I'm going to go 9 plus 12. This is going to equal 21. And then 21 minus 12, this is going to equal 9. So your final answer here is 9. Now for the same example here, notice here that your 12s here are going to cancel out because you have a positive and a negative, so that's going to cancel out. And then you'll be left with your 9. So keep that in mind that if you cancel out your 12s, you'll still get the same answer as 9. Let's look at this example here. So first we are going to divide because I have division here, and then I also have multiplication here. However, I'm going to go left to right. So I'm going to do 21 divided by 3. This is going to equal 7. And then you have plus 10 times 9 minus 42. I'm going to multiply here. So we have 7 plus 10 times 9. This is going to be 90 minus 42. And now I'm going to go left to right because I have addition and subtraction. So 7 plus 90, this is going to equal 97, minus 42, this is going to equal 55. So your final answer here is 55. 3 plus 4 times 5. First, we're going to multiply. So 4 times 5 is 20. So I have 3 plus 20. And 3 plus 20, this is going to equal 23. So your final answer here is 23. 2 plus 2 times 2. We have to multiply before we add. So I have 2 plus 4 because 2 times 2 equals 4. And then you have 2 plus 4. This is going to equal 6. So your final answer here is 6. 8 times 2 plus 1. So first we do have to multiply before we add. So we have 8 times 2. This is going to equal 16. And then plus 1, that's going to equal 17. So your final answer here is 17. 16 plus 4 times 3 plus 9. So notice here that we do have a grouping symbol. I have 16 plus 4 here inside my parentheses. So we do need to do this first. So 16 plus 4, this is going to equal 20. And then we have times 3 plus 9. So based on my order of operations, we have to multiply before we add. So 20 times 3, this is going to equal 60. And then plus 9, this is going to equal 69. So your final answer here is 69. 7 plus 8 times 3. I do have a grouping symbol here. So we do have to solve our parentheses first. So 8 times 3, this is going to give us 24. So now you have 7 plus 24. This is going to equal 31. So your final answer here is 31. Let's look at this example here. 10 times 4 minus 12 divided by 3. So first we are going to multiply first. So 10 times 4, this is going to equal 40. And then we have minus 12 and then divided by 3. Next, we are going to divide. So 40 minus 12 divided by 3, this is going to equal 4. And now we're going to subtract. So 40 minus 4, this is going to equal 36. So your final answer here is 36. 5 plus 3 times 4. I'm going to do my parentheses first. We do have a grouping symbol. So 5 plus 3, this is going to equal 8. And then 8 times 4, this is going to equal 32. So your final answer here is 32. Let's look at this example here. 4 plus 5 times 8 minus 2. Let's go from left to right. 4 plus 5, this is going to equal 9. And then I have here 8 minus 2, this is going to equal 6. So I'm going to now multiply. 9 times 6, this is going to equal 54. So your final answer here is 54. Let's look at this example here. So notice in this example, we do have two grouping symbols. We have my brackets here, and then we also have my parentheses here. So we're going to do this first. 3 plus 5, this is going to equal 8. So we have 2 times here. We have 5 plus 8 times 2. This is going to equal 16. Remember that multiplication comes before addition. And now inside my bracket, we have 2 times 5 plus 16. This is going to equal 21. And now we have 2 times 21. This is going to equal 42. So your final answer here is 42. Let's look at this example here. So first we're going to solve inside my brackets. I have a bracket here, and then we have parentheses here. So let's go ahead and solve my parentheses first inside my brackets. So 2 times 3 plus 2, this is going to equal 5. And next we're going to work inside my brackets. So 2 times 5, this is going to equal 10. And 10 squared, this is going to equal 100. So your final answer here is 100. Let's look at this example here. So we have 4 plus 2 cubed. And notice I do not have any grouping symbols here for this example. So first, we're going to do my exponent first. So we have 4 plus 2 cubed. This is going to equal 8 because we have 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2, this is going to equal 8. So 2 cubed is 8. And then now we have 4 plus 8. This is going to equal 12. So your final answer here on the left side is 12. Now let's look over here. So we have 4 plus 2 cubed, but I have my 4 plus 2 inside my parentheses. So we're going to solve that first. So inside my parentheses, you're going to get 6. And 6 cubed, this is going to equal 216. Let's look at this example here. So we have 2 sets of grouping symbols. So we're going to go from left to right. So inside this parentheses, we have my exponent first. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 8 plus 3 times 4. And then in here, we have 8 plus 2. So times 8 plus 2, this is going to give us 10. Next, in this parentheses here, we do need to multiply before we add. So we have 8 plus 12 in here, and then out here, this is just going to be 10. Next, I'm going to add 8 plus 12. This is going to equal 20, and then 20 times my 10. So this is going to be 20 times your 10, and this is going to equal 200. So your final answer here is 200. Let's look at this example. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our grouping symbol first. So we have 3 squared minus 4, and then in here you have 6 plus 1. This is going to equal 7, and then minus 2. Next, we're going to solve our exponents. So I have 3 squared. 3 times 3, this is going to equal 9. So 3 squared is 9. So you have 9 minus 4 times 7 minus 2. Now we're going to multiply because multiplication comes before adding or subtracting. So we have 9 minus 28 minus 2. And now we're going to subtract. I have 9 minus 28 minus 2. This is going to give us negative 19. And then minus 2 here, this is going to give us negative 21. So your final answer here is negative 21. Let's look at this example here. Notice that I have braces here, and then we have brackets, and then we have parentheses. However, we are going to do the parentheses first. So I'm going to do 3 times 4 plus 5 times 8 plus 2. This is going to equal 10. And then I'm going to close my brackets and my braces. So next, we're going to rewrite because we have to solve everything inside my grouping symbols first. So I'm going to rewrite this. 2 plus, next in here we have 4 plus 5 and then times 10. First, we need to multiply before we add. So 5 times 10, this is going to be 50. So we have 4 plus 50 inside my brackets now. So 3 times 4 plus 50, this is going to be 54. And then now we're going to solve everything inside my braces. So we have 3 times, and then you have 2 plus 54. This is going to equal 56. And now our final step here, we have 3 times my 56. This is going to equal 168. So your final answer here is 168. So this is 3 times 56, which gives us this answer here. All right, so that is all for today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.